Global temperatures have been on the rise over time, leading to various negative impacts such as drought, with the hardest hit being developing countries, more so in the African continent. In Kenya, more than 2.5 million livestock died from the worst drought ever experienced in 40 years, which saw 5 failed rain seasons. In the year 2020, a climate clock was launched in New York City to remind the world of the need to act to limit global temperatures to 1.5 degrees by the year 2030, as per the Paris Agreement. The clock is now in many countries to remind the masses of the need to protect the environment.
$100, more than $100. Yeah.
Here in Kenya, we got a chance to see the clock, which shows different areas of action that needs to be taken to slow global temperatures.
Climate clock is a tool that combines arts, science, technology, and organizing grassroots organizations to take action. So what we mean by taking action is trying to act with regards to climate change.
The clock is a stark reminder to the globe of the dangers of continued use of fossil fuels, coal mining, pollution, among other environmental injustices.
We have several lifelines within the climate clock. We have gender parity, we have indigenous lands, we have also customized messages like loss and damage. So within these lifelines, there are also the targets. We have indigenous protected land. That means globally we have 43.5 million kilometers square of indigenous land that needs to be protected by those indigenous people.
Climate Clock campaign is on top gear globally before COP28 to be held in Dubai.
In regard to this, we are going to have an event which is going to mark Climate Emergency Day on 22nd of July. So we're going to have a climate strike, a climate march that is going to start from Nyayo Stadium all the way to Jivanji. We just want to push and sensitize the public the importance of they should be responsible and also act to ensure that we are able, all of us, to provide the solution that we need for the sake of our planet.
Everyone can play a role in limiting global emissions in their small way.
Other than depending on the policy makers, yes, to implement, they have the authority. But I, as an individual, as a Kenyan citizen, or a consumer of the products that maybe cause pollution, which step am I taking to ensure that climate is controlled or pollution is controlled?
A United Nations Environment Programme 2022 report shows that we are still not doing enough to cut greenhouse gas emissions. The report adds that the world must cut global emissions by 45% to lower the global temperatures by 2030. 4 months to COP28, which will be held in Dubai. It is expected that the debate on limiting global temperatures will be intense.
With the usage of fossil fuels, we are on a trajectory to a future that is very catastrophic. We are on a trajectory to overpass 1.5 degrees. And you can see at 1.1 degrees global temperature rise, we are having extreme weather events. Our communities are suffering from droughts and floods. Now you can imagine if we are to surpass 1.5 degrees that science says is a safe space. That means we'll be having these events will become very frequent. It will be our everyday phenomenon to have droughts and floods and people losing lives and livelihoods.
The president of COP28, Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, was speaking at Ministerial on Climate Action in Brussels on Wednesday, called on the doubling of adaptation finance by 2025, emphasizing the urgency for donor country governments to honor their commitments and close out the $100 billion pledge this year.
Of course, Ali Jaber will be the president of the COP28, and based on the recent commitments that they have had, including tripling renewable energy targets globally, I think we might end up having a good results from COP28 in Dubai.
What we mean by taking action is trying to act with regards to climate change.
Many nations have placed the climate clock in strategic places, probably to keep themselves in check. They say time waits for no man, This climate clock is a reminder that the world must act now on matters climate change. Dan Kaburu, K24, Nairobi.